What's going on, everyone? I just got back from E3, and so I decided to upload the interview that I did with Ryan Barnard before I got to bed. But I have to warn you, it really did not turn out the way that I wanted it to. My voice is all cracked up. The microphone recorded some weird antenna noises because we did the recording on the 67th floor of the building. The lights are absolutely cringe-worthy, but if you can look past all of that, I've got some great questions with some great answers. But yeah, for the headset users, you have been warned. I tried to clear up the audio, but I really could not get it any better than what it is right now. Hope you enjoy anyway. I'm gonna go to bed. I'm gonna need some sleep right now.
So Ryan, I finally got an interview with you. I'm not just gonna ask my own questions. I'm also gonna ask a couple questions that I got from the comments in the YouTube comment section.
Awesome.
And I don't know if you can hear by my voice, but you know, pretty sore. So
Yeah, I love it. You're actually getting the E3 experience.
yeah.
From the outside, you get. Normally, I sound like that after 2 days. So
Oh, I've been sounding like this for like all week. So let's start right away. I've got my first question. It's about looting. It's a big part of the game.
Yeah.
PvP, looting, that kind of stuff. So how is loot going to be shared? Like if you're with the 4-man squad, you kill a couple people. If I pick up the loot, can my teammates still pick up that same loot, or how does it work?
Yeah. So loot is actually it's private. I guess is the best way to say. So if you and I are teamed together and we kill an enemy, whatever, it might drop something for you. It might drop something for me. It might drop something for both of us. But I don't see your drop. It's personal loot. So that's how it works in the game. So you never really know who's picking up what within your team. You don't see their items. The only time you do is in the dark zone where it's public loot. So if an enemy drops something in the dark zone, everyone will see it.
And then you can be still in the same squad, and your teammate can pick it up, and then you cannot pick that up anymore.
No.
Okay, cool. So it's like instance based for outside of the dark zone.
It's phased as well.
Yeah, like Dying Light, where you open the same trunk and it's different for everyone else. Yeah. Okay, cool. So let me get to the second question that I have. So it's also about the items that you loot, because from what I've seen so far, the items that you get, it's pretty rare to actually get some loot. It's not like games I'm just gonna call Dying Light again. It's just on the top of my tongue. It's like in that game you get loot in every corner, like tin cups, strings, little things like that to make crafting items, like make better weapons and stuff like that. But because the loot in the Division is so rare, I was thinking, is crafting still a thing, or is it more like modifying your guns with red dots? Or could you tell me what the current situation is on crafting?
Sure. So crafting is still a thing, still very much a thing. It's fortunate and unfortunate, a lot of the info that guys like yourself get off the demos, because they always end up serving kind of a specific purpose, like we want to showcase some type of gameplay or what have you. Loot is rare, like full drops of equipment or weapons or whatever, but you do get quite often ammunition and components for crafting, which you can do back at your base of operations. So you're getting a glimpse of the game, but you'll see it a lot in its more mature full form in beta when you get to play.
Okay, so the only reason why we're not seeing those little things is because you on purposely left those out.
Yes.
Okay, that clears a lot of things up. Cool. So I'm just gonna go to the first question that I got asked by the community. Okay. Does your equipment scale with the player level? So that not all the gear that you have at the end of let's say you're in the end game, there's a couple of specific gear items that are considered the best. Mm-hmm. You want to be able to differentiate yourself from other players. Yeah. How are you going to do that? Because all the end game gear, all the best gear is going to look the same, or...
I think there were a couple questions in there. The first question is, yes, the gear is level. It's not level locked, but it's level appropriate. So you will outgrow pieces of equipment that you have, weapons, or because We want.
It doesn't scale.
No, it doesn't scale. We want you to replace and to continue to have that lust for going into the dark zone or in the open world and upgrading your gear. So we don't want it to stay the same. The second question about the end game and what the gear will look like, there's a lot of customization and vanity options that you can for that you have for your agent. The gear itself some of it might look similar, the end game type of gear, but that's an art challenge that we have for the game to try to make variations, make ways that different drops can have a different look that are all of the same tier and quality. So we're aware of it, and we want that's a happy problem to have when people are complaining about the fact that they look a little too similar with their end game agent. When they want to differentiate themselves. So I look forward to solving that challenge. In the game.
Yeah, it basically means that a lot of players have been playing the game until the end game. Yeah, so that's the second community question, I guess this has kind of been answered. This is kind of irrelevant, I guess, now, but collector's edition, limited edition version. Can you tell us a little bit more about it? What will it include?
Well, that's a great question because I saw it just like you. I mean, I was involved in a lot of the different version talks, but that's actually usually a business and brand kind of decision. So I could go back and look, but I think I saw another mail today, and it was the watch. It was some artwork. This shirt that he's got here, nice. It's a very cool shirt. I don't even have that shirt actually yet. I got to talk to the brand people. You're actually probably know more about what's involved in each edition than I do right now. But there'll be lots of different versions of the game available to purchase.
All right, cool. Now then, my third question was actually going to be about the helicopter, if that was still in the game. But I mean, obviously it's still in the game. Yep. But because I saw the demo, I want to go a little bit further on that. Maybe change the question a little bit because. We've seen extracting happening in one specific area.
Yes.
So if you want to extract, if you want to shoot up the flare, does it have to be done in one of these specific areas for extraction?
Yeah. So there are multiple extraction areas in each kind of, let's say, level bracket for the different areas of the dark zone. We're showing one. The Bryant Park extraction location for this year's E3. So absolutely, there are multiple all through the dark zone. I think I know how many offhand, but we're not saying, of course, and we want you to discover those. But absolutely, there'll be other options. But you can't just extract anywhere because we want that kind of watering hole effect of where. It's a choice. Again, do I want to go? I have a couple pieces of loot or maybe one thing. Do I really want to go try to extract now? Because that's a dangerous area. There's other games that have a similar type of mechanics where that most likely maybe players will be there. Maybe they're kind of hunting other agents there. So do you wait till a little bit later, till it's nighttime? Do you try to, there's a lot of options to try to get that loot out. In the demo that you've been playing and everything, we purposely want to get you to experience a lot of different mechanics in the game.
Yeah, the demo was very forced to have all those different.
Sure, but it's on purpose. We want players, journalists to get to experience a lot of the things. But in reality, in the game, it's probably not too smart to rush into an extraction area that has 15 other agents, or 12 other agents at any time. So it's not completely indicative of how it usually is in the dark zone extraction points.
I think a lot of players will understand that. They just want to. If you would be playing for 10 minutes and nothing would have happened, you would be disappointed again. Yeah. So it's good that you have this system that lets everybody have a little bit of a taste of what's going on. So the next one is about melee combat. I mean, I'm not specifically talking about takedowns alone, but people also want to know if there's going to be any forms of melee with maybe melee weapons. So if you could tell me if stealth takedowns are still a thing in the game, because I didn't get to do that. Sure. And then after that, if there's going to be any melee combat with melee weapons.
Okay. I mean, there's a little bit of a story to it. I mean, we did explore looking at having, even as far as like melee skills that you would need to slot. But the fact of the matter is, we are a ranged cover combat game, and melee in itself isn't really it's not the sweet spot for what we're doing with the game. So the melee that you have, you can knock enemies or players away from you. It's basically a distance gainer, so that you can run, you can roll away, you can get in cover, you can attack them, use a skill, but it's not any type of complex melee system that we have planned for the game currently. The stealth takedowns that you saw that you're referring to was a direction we were pursuing at the time that we're no longer pursuing.